All right, this exercise is a floating heel hinge squat hinge. So this is a progression of the floating heel hinge. So essentially you're essentially doing the same thing, but you're actually going to be moving from a hinge to a squat, back to a hinge again. You're going to be going back and forth like that for the prescribed number of reps. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be standing with your feet about hips width apart, toes pointing forward. You're going to get a subtle tuck in the pelvis. You're then going to raise your heels slightly off the ground. You don't have to go all the way up. You can even, if all you can do is just get the heels off like half an inch to an inch, that's totally fine. And you're also going to bend the knee slightly, again, maintaining that stacked pelvis. So in this position, you should have your knees essentially kind of like directly over the toes. And that's where I want them to stay during the hinge part of the motion. Now, as you go into the squat, the knees are going to come forward. So what you're going to be challenged to do is as you come back into the hinge, I want you to go back to the point where the heels or the knees are directly over the toes again, but they're not going way far back like that. So again, feet hips width apart, toes pointing forward, lift the heels, bend the knees so that the knees are directly over the toes, getting a subtle tuck in the pelvis. From here, you're going to chop at the waist. Your hips go back where the knees actually stay in the same position directly over the toes. And then once you feel like you've kind of hit your limit there, what you're then going to do is you're going to allow the knees to travel forward as you come into a squat. Your torso should be much more vertical than before. And then from here, you're going to slowly go back into the hinge, butt goes back. As the knees come back just to the point where they're over the toes again, imagine like you're trying and separate the knees from the pelvis, try and get as much distance between them as possible. And once you kind of feel like you've hit your limit, you're going to go back into the squat again to here. And then knees come back, hips come back, knees stop going back once they're over the toes, but really try and lengthen, get the hips back even further if you can. And then back into the squat again. You could even reach forward with the arms if you need to. And then again, chopping at the waist. Knees never go further behind the toes. Good. And that's how it's done.